Hey guys, Malika here from Malika Semper Astrology. And this week we have a building aspect, which is quite a healing one, but it can also be a triggering one. So we have the sun building up to be opposing Chiron. It'll be exact on Friday, October 17th at 4:40 p.m. Pacific time. And so we feel it building now towards the end of the week, and we'll certainly feel it on this weekend as well, during this weekend as well. So when the sun is opposing Chiron, there's some sort of a relationship dynamic that requires our attention. The opposition is an aspect in astrology that usually tends to do with relationships. Something is coming in from the outside or from the other in for us to start working on. And when it's Chiron, it's the wound, it's the triggering, it's the part of us that gets activated by other people, usually in a pokey or uncomfortable or wounding sort of a way. So relationship dynamics are up this weekend, to put it in a nutshell. And we are looking at, the sun is in Libra and Chiron is over in Aries. And this particular axis always has to do with our relationship to the other Libra versus our relationship to the self. So Chiron in Aries says, how do I be comfortable with stepping into my autonomy, my very own agency, my sovereign power, and heal that part of myself that when I am standing up for myself and I'm blunt and I'm, cheering myself on and I'm looking at my own independent needs and desires, how do I make that okay? Because the sun in Libra says that's not okay. You have to be focused in on the other. And what you're doing, how is it affecting the other? And what you're saying, how is that going to land for the other, right? But Chiron in Aries says, no, pay attention to myself first. Be selfish first. Put myself first. Chiron in Aries is saying, how can we sort of heal the wound of neglecting the self? And when the sun is opposing Chiron, there's lots of work to be done around the sunlight that we shine out onto others, how I'm seen, how I am when I am center stage and the spotlight is on me. What about that makes you uncomfortable? What about that makes you want to turn that sunlight off or sort of blend more into the background? What part of that needs healing? And that can come up in a million different ways as this human experience on Earth unfolds. I mean, it could be that you were told you shine too bright. You were told to tone it down. You were told you were too much. You were told not to be seen but heard. No. What's that saying? How does it go? And not to be heard but seen, not to be spoken unless you're spoken to first. Like all of those things. That is such a core that is such a core wounding to the I within us, the me, myself, and I, that this weekend can bring up for you. So, how do we do the work of feeling comfortable, standing and stepping in and living within our own skin? How do we not dim the light? And what are those relationships? Because it's that opposition. So, other people are going to bring this to the surface for you. They're going to hold up a mirror for you, and what are those relationships, or who are those people that are bringing in this work for you, and how do you dance with them, all the while honoring yourself? Sun opposing Chiron. Those old wounds could be surfacing towards the end of the week and into the weekend. And so, because of that, it's a beautiful time to really look at those identity struggles or your own self-identity, where you feel comfortable, where you don't feel comfortable, and set about doing the work of being able to shine your light, being able to be seen, not dimming your light for anyone else, no matter how uncomfortable, you know, your bravery, your courage, your shine, your light makes somebody. So those are all the themes coming in this weekend. So all that to say that this weekend could be an immensely healing time for many of us, not shying away from standing up and speaking out, and defending the self. So think about that and where that shows up for you in your life, because it'll certainly be themes coming in this weekend. And we want to be gentle when Chiron is being aspected in this harder way, and giving ourselves grace when our feelings do get hurt or when we are working extra hard at healing these certain parts of ourselves. So it's the sun that's being opposed. So it has to do with our identity, our ego, how we're seen, all of those things. So good luck. I hope this feels like a really healing aspect for you this weekend and that you make some growth towards your own healing. Thanks for watching, and I will be back next week.